when was the last time I did a YouTube video? Probably 4 months ago, but here I am back at it again. And the thing is that the reason why I started this video is the fact that I want to help out you beginners out there, the ones that have been started. I think I'm still considered a beginner, but there's a lot of techniques that a lot of people don't know yet, and they've been doing this for years. So I just want to start it off with photography. About photography, it's only 3 little things that you gotta know. Photography, it's what I believe is just 3 little things you gotta know. Like, all you just need to know is your shutter speed, ISO, and aperture, and you got it down. So basically, cheat sheet here, shutter speed, ISO, and aperture, easy stuff. Let me bounce off to videography. Videography. So the reason why I'm shooting this at 60 frames per second. The reason why I'm shooting this at 60 frames per second is so you can see the difference between 24 and 60 on frame rate. When you're shooting, when you're out in like the field and you're actually shooting, I really recommend you to shoot at 120 frames, 60 frames, whatever the max frame rate you can, if you're trying to get that cool cinematic slow motion shots. That's the thing about shooting. Shoot 120 frames, shoot as high as you can so you can get those perfect slow mo shots. But here is the thing: as soon as you go to your computer, and then you're gonna you're finished with the video, right? And you're not really like, you don't know how to export it. This is a lot of problems with videographers. They don't know how to export their video. They basically just smack it in there and like they just leave it how it is. No, do not do that. I'm a Final Cut Pro user. I don't know how it is with Adobe Premiere, but with Final Cut Pro, all I know is before I smack it in there, I go make a new library, make a new project, and it pops up. I get a little prompt that pops up, and it tells me like the quality, if I want to do 4K, 720, 480, 360, 144. I don't know how low it goes. And as soon as I go to my frame rate, you see 60. 60 is what people believe is like the frame rate. No, it is not the frame rate. 60 frames is like good for video games. Like, you want the highest frame rate on video games. But when it comes to cinematography, every single movie you see, or I don't know, I don't want to like, every single movie you see is shot at 24 frames. The reason why it's shot at 24 frames, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know any pages, Wikipedia pages. All I know is that 24 frame rates, it is the cinematic look. You see movies, like it chops, so I'm gonna have like one video over here and another video over here. I'm gonna like make it small, so it's gonna be the same exact video of me talking. But as you're gonna see is, there's gonna be 24 frames and there's gonna be 60 frames, and you're gonna see the difference. And I'm gonna be zooming in, and you're gonna be able to see on 24 frame rate, it's just a little choppy. Just a little choppy. 60 frames, it looks like vlog material, right? It looks like you're vlogging, and like that's I don't know, 60 frames is good for vlogging because like you're moving around the camera a lot. But when it comes to 24 frames, when you're going cinematic, it's best for you to keep 24 because it's pleasing to the eye. The reason why it's I don't know how to explain it, but if you see this video right here shot at 24, and then this video shot at 60, same exact video, you're gonna see the 60 frame rate one looks like it got shot in an iPhone. But that's my explanation on frame rate. So when it comes to frame rate, when you're shooting, highest frame rate. When you're editing, put it at 23.98, I think that's what it is. you're gonna see clear results. It's not gonna look amateur. If you put it at 60, it's gonna look amateur. If you have it at 23.98, it's gonna look amazing. Trust me on that. Another thing about editing, I do a lot of speed ramps. The speed ramps are like the sweet spot. Speed ramps are, it makes it look really good, professional. Speed ramping, here's a problem with a lot of speed rampers out there. Speed rampers. With a lot of speed ramping out there, all I say is do not hard cut your speed ramps. Here, let me give you an example of hard cutting the speed ramp. Saw that. So it went from fast and it cut really hard to slow motion, and then it cut really hard to fast. That's a problem that a lot of videographers do. They try to do speed ramp, but they're hard cutting it. They're legit just cutting it, blading it, making it so they go like, let's see, 4,000% fast. They cut it and they make it 20% slow, and then they cut it and make it to that. No. I don't know how it works with Adobe. I am sorry, Adobe users, but when it comes to Final Cut Pro, I'm gonna screen record on my laptop and I'm gonna show you. So basically on Final Cut Pro, you're able to like range select how much you want to fast, and then how much you want to slow, and how much you want to fast out. And as soon as you get that, and Final Cut Pro, it's like really easy and simple to slow-mo and to like speed and then slow-mo back or whatever you're gonna do. As soon as you like figure it out and you make those little gray parts together and all that, it's not gonna hard cut. It's gonna smooth into slow-mo. You know how when you're recording on your iPhone and you do the slow motion and just like smooths in? Yeah, that's what you want. You don't want to, because that does not look good. That is one thing about speed ramping. Do not hard cut. Another thing is just I just learned the hard way. I learned a lot of stuff. The microphone thing, I still don't have it. Like the microphone, I'm still not really good at. Really, if you guys really like this type of stuff, to actually like, for you guys to learn how to shoot video, for you guys to learn how to do photography the easy and the fastest way as possible, and the most professional way and all that stuff, the shortcut way. If you guys liked it, go ahead and like it, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, and just you know, leave a comment. If you want more of this stuff, if you ask me on Instagram like, how'd you do this, how'd you do that, drop a video on it. If you guys do these changes and you can show me before and after and message me about it, I will totally love that. I would post it in my next video. And yeah, thank you so much, and subscribe.